before we begin the webinar, at the end of the webinar, we will take all your questions and answer them. So please feel free to ask us any questions in the question panel. From the attendees list, I see there are many partners who are attending this program for the very first time, and I would like to start explaining what this program is all about. As we all know, the number of storage partners and options for VDI have steadily increased over the last several years. That has led to confusions for customers who are still unsure as to which approach is right for them and which solution is appropriate and cost-effective for them. To help address this confusion, we are providing opportunity for storage partners representing several different VDI storage options to build a VDI setup on this storage. And also partners have opportunity to demonstrate how they're able to provision the appropriate amount of storage, performance, and capacity with a cost-effective design. And after successful verification, partners will get a designation awarded as achieve the designation as a storage verified partner with Zen Desktop user workload. So what are the program goals? So this program is created with two goals in mind: meet a defined VDI storage workload without reaching storage latency thresholds, and do so with a cost-effective design. So what are the partner benefits and customer benefits? Storage partners now get a chance to present the qualified solutions to customers and help them make better decisions. This program streamlines the process for a partner to get Citrix Ready certified on their solutions for the verified workload. Customers benefit. The Citrix Ready VDI Capacity Program offers storage needs for customers who already have or are thinking about implementing VDI using Zen Desktop. This information helps our customers to decrease the confusion about which storage solution for Zen Desktop is right for them. And finally, partners will stand an opportunity to get additional co-marketing opportunities by enrolling to this program, by registering yourself in the landing page that we provide after this webinar. If you are a Citrix Ready partner but not yet verified with your storage solution, you are here and allowed to verify your storage solution and then get your solution verified as Citrix Ready verified solution, and then you can participate in this program. And if you're a Citrix prospect partner and willing to participate in this program, you are required to verify your storage solution first with Citrix Ready and become a Citrix Ready partner, and then you can register to this program. So what are the steps to join the program for already a partner who is Citrix Ready and who has verified their storage solution? So you need to sign up for this program in the landing page, which we provide after this webinar via email. Set up your infrastructure with the defined test case with the Citrix standards that we give to you. Verify your storage solutions with the test cases that we provide to you. Get the approval from Citrix Ready team as your solution is verified with so-and-so workload that you are willing to participate on. And finally, you stand an opportunity to promote your verified solution with several marketing benefits. So let me walk you through with the test cases that we have for this program here. So this is a test kit we designed for this program. So Citrix Ready VDI Capacity Program for Storage Vendors Phase 2. So this program will be available for 3 months, starting from September 1st till November end. So we have created this program under a assumption that all the storage partners who are participating in this program are knowledgeable and have hands-on experience on creating Zen Desktop infrastructure, microservice infrastructure, and have knowledge about login VSI usage. However, having said all these things, Citrix Ready team will also be providing some kind of technical help whenever you need any help during the infrastructure setup and validation. So what are the programs benefits and customer benefits, I already covered those. So if you're already a Citrix Ready partner, you can start with this program. If not, you can directly contact citrixready@citrix.com. We will guide you with the next steps on how to participate in this program. So the hardware prerequisites for this program is we have designed in such a way that we have made it very generic. So with an assumption that if you're having a hardware server with 2 CPU with 6 cores each and consisting of at least 384 GB of RAM, finally you need to have, for 5,000 user workload, finally you need to have 1 server node to host the necessary infrastructure VMs and 3 server nodes to host the launcher VMs necessary to drive the workload, and 28 server node to host 5,000 user workload for running Zen Desktop 7.6 VDI. So in the below table, I've charted down what is the configuration should be for your Active Directory server and delivery controller, provisioning server, storefront server, launcher machines, and file server. So we have also separated the configuration and the hardware requirement for 1,500 users, 3,000 users, and 5,000 users. So you can go through all these details within this table, and if you have any questions, definitely you can contact us, and we'll provide more information as it is required. So we recommend to create the virtual machines with Windows 8.1 64-bit with standard edition, with a RAM size of 2 GB and with a virtual 2 CPU. So what is the network configuration required? So one network card for Pixie boot of VMs with 10 GB speed, and also running the production network for connection between clients and Zen Desktop VMs. And the second network card for connections to vendor storage using iSCSI, NFS, FC, or FCOE, which runs on 10 GB space. And what are the software requirements for this program? The software required for this program are Microsoft Windows operating system 8.1 64-bit with standard edition, and Windows OS Server 2012 R2 with standard edition again, and Microsoft Office Windows 2000 Office 2013. And what are the requirements from Citrix? Provisioning services 7.6 with only write cache enabled on device hard disk, and Zen Desktop 7.6. So preferably, please do not use feature pack 1 or 2. Preferably use only Zen Desktop 7.6. So login VSI, again, login VSI software is required for login VSI setup, login VSI target setup for VDAs, and login VSI data center setup for the launcher machines. So if you have any questions during the setup of any of these configurations, the setup, you can contact us. And for login VSI, you can write an email to support@loginvsa.com, and you will get a response as soon as possible from them. So for all the softwares, we request you to contact the software vendors for any software requirements or license requirements or image requirements. And this time, unlike phase 1, we are giving you an opportunity to use a hypervisor of your choice. So you can use any Citrix supported hypervisor. For example, you can use Hyper-V from Microsoft, or you can use Zenso from Citrix, or you can use VMware ESXi from VMware. So what are the storage requirements for different workloads? So assuming that we need 6 GB per user for write cache and 30 GB for user data, the storage total requirement is 64 TB for 1,500 user workload. And for 3,000 user workload, the write cache remains same and user data space remains same. The total storage required is 128 TB. And for 5,000 user workload, 215 TB. So we are also keeping an overhead of 2.5 to 5 TB and 3 TB to 30 TB for write cache and user data respectively. So moving on, what are the infrastructure setup resources and where do we get the links from? So we have almost provided all the links which are required for your infrastructure setup, starting from your hypervisor till you validate your solution with Login VSI. So we have provided the link for hypervisor here. You can download the Zen Server 6.5 from this link, and there we have an installation guide for Zen Server and Zen Center as well. Similarly, for setting up your Microsoft Active Directory infrastructure, we have provided almost whatever is required for configuring the domain controller, for enabling DNS role, and for enabling DHCP role for PVS. And what is that it takes to configure the Zen desktop site. We also provided all this information, how to install and configure Zen desktop infrastructure, licensing server, how to set up your delivery controller, how to install and configure storefront. And finally, how to install and configure PVS. So what it takes to configure a PVS form? For example, configuring the form, installing provision services, adding additional provision server, additional administrator role, how to prepare a master target device for imaging, how to build a VDISC image, how to assign the VDISC to the target device, and how to use this VDISC in the Zen desktop environment using the Zen desktop setup wizard. We also provided a hands-on link at the bottom there, which you can straight away use and configure the PVS setup. So before you start verifying your test cases with the login VS, we recommend you to test your infrastructure. So for testing the infrastructure, we are suggesting, and it's an optional again, you can create either 10 users or more user accounts in Active Directory, create an AD user group and add those 10 users in the group, create a machine catalog of 10 VMs, create a delivery group, publish the Windows 8.1 desktop, and assign that AD user group to the above created one. Log in the storefront URL, try launching that VM from the published desktop delivery group. So if you're able to launch the virtual machine, so your infrastructure setup is correct, and you can proceed with the final step of validating your solution with login VSI. So from the login VSI, we have given instructions on online instruction on how to set up the data server and how to set up the target setup as well. We will provide more information login VSI setup with a detailed infrastructure, with the detailed configuration of login VSI data server setup and target setup as well. So what are the test cases that we are running in this program to get your solution validated? So the first test case is about infrastructure configuration hardware use. Now in this program, we are giving you an opportunity to use whatever hardware you want and follow the instructions that are provided by Citrix. So what we need in the first test case is you to provide the server details, enclosure details, and any other hardware details that you use for setting up your infrastructure with a detailed version and with all the details and versions as much as possible. So all these details will be later used to publish in the white paper. So the second test case is what is the time taken to launch VMs. So all the 1,500 and 3,000, 5,000 VMs will be started simultaneously. So what is the total time taken from start of boot until all VMs are registered with the broker must be noted here. So you can either use your storage dashboard to capture this info and submit the logs, or you can submit the time taken between the first brokered VM until the last brokered VM from your delivery controller machine. So the third test case is about login VSI max and average user response time test. So what is the login? Again, so 1,500 or 3,000 or 5,000 user login VSI test will be run. So VSI max should not be achieved or reached before reaching your desired workload. So anyways, you need to submit the average user response time chart from your storage dashboard again, or you can provide the login VSI logs as well. So the fourth test case is about the total IOPS in the storage solution. So what is the total IOPS in the storage solution? So measure the total IOPS, read IOPS, and write IOPS using the tool as per your chosen hypervisor. So there are many hypervisors in market, and we are very optional to use whichever storage IOPS tool you are aware. You can use that tool and you can capture this information. And the last test case is about storage cost per desktop. So provide the storage cost per desktop, submit the details provided in the verification form to calculate the storage cost per desktop. So along with the test kit, we also have a verification form attached to this test kit. wherein you are required to fill all the details, which will help you in calculating what is the storage cost per desktop. So now let me call upon Divya to explain you about the marketing benefits. Hi, Divya.
Hey, thanks, Manju. Great information. So let me quickly take you through what are the marketing benefits and opportunities that are available to you. Once you've followed the steps explained by Manju in terms of signing up for this program, getting your solution verified and approved, and then how do you actually promote this verification to your customers. So let me start by giving you a brief snapshot of what we did last year for our 11 participants who were a part of this program. So we created a dedicated landing page to showcase all of these partners, and we had an individual joint white paper that we had built and published for each of these partners. We also did some press releases, and we ran some exclusive promotional campaigns to promote and showcase these solutions and partners to a whole host of audience. So this year again, we will do this and much more. So to promote your verification, we will first of all create a dedicated landing page wherein we will list down all our participating partners along with a list of documents and links which are important to this verification and your solution. So we could link each of your listings to a blog. So to do a blog or even a press release, you could share a draft with us, based on the templates that we will be sharing with you. And once we review the blog from our end or even the press release from our corporate PR team, we should be ready to publish that and link that on that landing page. Similarly, we could create a joint white paper wherein again you could share a draft with us, and we will review it and publish that resource on this page as well as our Citrix Ready Marketplace. And that will kind of gain visibility and provide a lot of information about your solution. Another interesting thing that we have launched this time is the product demo video. So now in this case, you could share a simple solution demo or a verification demo or even a short marketing video about your solution, and you could share that clip with us. We will co-brand it from our side, and we will promote it at various stages, including the landing page and also our Citrix Ready YouTube channel. So along with this, a lot of, a bunch of social media promotions will be done using various Citrix and Citrix Ready social media channels like LinkedIn, Twitter, of course, like I mentioned, our blogs, and, other channels like YouTube. We are going to make a lot of splash with our newsletters. So there are a lot of promotional opportunities that will be available to all of you. So once we start building these assets, of course, we can work together and also discuss on what other opportunities could be available and take it forward from there. So I hand it over back to Manju. I believe we are getting a couple of questions and there's some more information that Manju would like to share.
Hey, thanks, Divya. So we have many questions there, I can see. So yeah, the first question is about whether this slide deck or whether the document that I showed, will that be available to everyone or not? Yes. So after this webinar, we will send you a registration page, which is basically a landing page for this VDI capacity program phase 2. You get a chance to register there, and we also send a follow-up email with the recording of this webinar and also the test kit. So within 2 or 3 days, we will also upload this test kit in our citrixready.com page. So you can get the test kit from our .com page as well, and you can download as well. So I also see a question around what results is being validated here. And there's also a question from Aaron about whether cost per desktop to be based on published list price. So as mentioned, partners are expected to send us back the results of their successful run using login VSI and details of their environment. More specifically, the verification form that asks you to detail your environment and the login VSI logs, and very importantly, the cost. This is mandatory requirement, and all partners are expected to send this information, without which the end goal, that is calculating cost of desktop per user would not be available to our customers. So there's one more question from Guru Rosen. Do we need license for login VSI? Yes, you need license for login VSI as well. So you can contact login VSI at support@login VSI. So they should be able to help you in providing some licenses based upon your partnership with them. So, and there's one more question. Do you provide blueprints for test cases via lifecycle management? Well, this is something that we have not decided yet. We will definitely check and get back to you on this question. And there's one more question about licensing from Aaron. So, will you provide the Citrix licensing for testing? Yes. As a Citrix Ready partner, you will get all the licenses required and all the ISO images required as part of this program from Citrix. So I see there is one more question. So there's one more question from Chandimoy Mandal. So I assume the storage capacity requirements are logical capacity. All storage provides various data reduction technologies which are critical for VDI. So Chandimoy, I'm not sure what you're trying to ask here. So I'll take the question. We will get back to you on your question. We need more information on what basically you're trying to ask and what basically you're trying to know from us. We will definitely, make a note of this question and we'll get back to you. So, okay, I see Mark from Login VSS saying that there's a Login VSS Zen Desktop blueprint in CLM already. So that answers Gur Rosen question. Great, thanks, Mark. So there is one more question. What tools is recommended specifically to measure IOPS? So actually, we are aware that there are multiple tools available in the market. Partners have different expertise. So also depending on the hypervisor you choose, then tools will change. For example, Zen Desktop for Zen Server, and for VMware it is ESX Top, and for Hyper-V it is Perfmon. So hence we are keeping it very flexible, and we are keeping all this optional based upon the partner requirement, based upon your familiarity. You can choose whatever tool you are familiar with. So there's one more question about the validation. So will my solution have to be validated with all user workloads? No, as I clarified at the beginning, one user workload test is one verification, which will be published as one white paper. Of course, all partners, gets an opportunity to validate on more workloads, and you are also, eligible to validate your solution on multiple workloads, and multiple white papers will be created accordingly. So there's one more question. Should we use the same hardware configuration in the test kit, or can we go with our choice of hardware? Yeah, as I mentioned, we're not specifically mentioning any hardware name or server name or anything of that sort. You can use your own infrastructure lab, whatever you currently have. You can leverage that, and you're always welcome to use your own hardware, or tower server, or a rack server, or a blade server. But all we need by end of the verification is you to provide the infrastructure and hardware details so that we get that published in the white paper. And by end of the successful verification, we also need a demo from each partner so that we are understanding how the validation program was and how successful it was. So there's one more question. Must the storage vendors use the specified physical capacity Citrix specifies? Well, this is the recommended number that we came up with. So if there is anything that you want to deviate, or you want to use more or less, please let us know. We will get that validated. We'll get that approved, and we can definitely work around if there is a real need for that. So Mike wants me to repeat the comment on supplying a demo. So what I was telling you, Mike, is by end of the successful webinar, we want to take a demo of your solution that you verified on different workloads before we approve it as Citrix Ready verified solution or verified programs, verified workload. So please contact us when you are ready with the infrastructure, so that we can get on a call and see and understand how you created the infrastructure, how you are running the test cases, and all those things. So basically, what we need is a demo showcasing how you set up the infrastructure, what are the things that you created, and how your experience was, and how the test cases has run. So there are many questions coming in. Let me take up one by one. So there's one question from Gul Rosen. Does the hardware need to be available to buy in the market? I'm not sure if you're speaking about the hardware which has not reached EOL or which has reached EOL, but if you're asking about a product, a hardware which is still existing in the market, we recommend to use that. If there is anything that you want to discuss with us about the hardware, you can definitely get in touch with us, and we'll let you know what is that you are trying to do and how we can help you on that. So I see many questions again, the licensing part. So Citrix Ready provides the licenses for Citrix products, and we request all the partners to contact the respective software vendors to get the licenses. So again, adding to that, we are providing some information about how to create a master image. So after this webinar, we will roll out an email, as I said, along with the webinar recording. We'll also send some information about how to create the master image, what and all you should be disabling or enabling or deleting in the master image, so that we make and follow a standard unified master image across all partners. So there is one last question that I would like to take. So I would like to clarify about the cost one more time. So partners should provide street pricing, which is basically the average price a customer would expect to pay for their solution of that size. So if you have any questions again regarding the how to calculate the pricing and how to calculate the cost, we can definitely answer all those things. And again, as I mentioned, there is a verification form along with this test kit, which will give you more information on what all parameters it covers for you to get to a number for calculating storage per desktop. So I have one more question from Gul Rosen again. Does the hardware need to be available to buy in the market? To answer that question, yes, hardware needs to be available to the customers to acquire. So once you validate your solution, so that is what we are going to promote to our customers, right? So it is always recommended to have that hardware in the market so that your customers can follow the infrastructure what you have created to best suit their requirement. So I think we covered almost all the questions. Let me know. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. We'll take up your questions and we'll answer them. So there's one last question from Patrick before we wind up the call. So question from Patrick is, so do you have to meet at least 750 users? Well, Patrick, to answer your question, no. To answer your question, as I told you, there are 3 workloads that we are rolling out in this program in phase 2. So the first workload is 1,500 user workload, 3,000 user workload, and 5,000 user workload. So you're required to pass at least any of this workload to get your storage solution verified as a Citrix Ready verified solution. So you need to at least pass 1,500 user workload. All right. So I don't see any further questions. So if you have missed any questions, we will definitely get back to you, or you can definitely contact us at citrixstudy@citrix.com. I know most of you have personally worked with us and met us. You can directly write an email to us as well, or you can always reach us at citrixstudy@citrix.com. So before we wind up the call, I would like to thank everyone whoever attended this webinar. And as promised, we will roll out an email with the recording and with the test kit and the verification form to you ASAP. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.